Hi everybody, this is Vijay. Today I want to talk about asthma. What is asthma? What is the root cause? And how yoga therapy can help to manage asthma symptoms as well as prevent future attacks. So what is asthma? Asthma is a chronic lung disease where there is a lot of inflammation in the airways and also there is a lot of mucus. So the airways get blocked and asthmatics struggle to breathe. They have wheezing, cough, lot of mucus, etc. So what happens to asthmatics during an attack? The airways go into spasms. On top of, already there is inflammation, mucus, and the airways go into spasms. So they struggle to breathe. They feel breathlessness, and which causes a lot of fear in their mind about future attacks. Their posture changes because it's a chronic disease. It just doesn't come like once in a while or like that. Whenever they get exposed to like triggers, which we'll talk about shortly, right? So what happens to them is the posture becomes like, curved, like the shoulders become curved like a hunchback. So what happens? That means the lungs cannot really expand when you breathe in because there is tightness. And because, see, normal breathing mechanism doesn't strain the muscles. But asthmatics, because they are having like breathlessness, they forcefully do exhalation to get the air out so that they can breathe in. So what happens is the muscles around the rib cage, they work so hard. That's why if you ask an asthmatic during an asthma attack, they have like tightness in the chest region. They are not only not getting enough oxygen, they are also overworking the muscles, and the muscles are also getting strained, right? And this is like a vicious cycle, and you're not able to expand, you're not able to inhale properly, and you have fear in your mind, and your nervous system, the autonomous nervous system, gets imbalanced. So how yoga can help? And what are the different tools available in yoga for asthmatics? First of all, according to yoga, imbalance in prana, the subtle life energy, leads to disease. And we can increase this life energy through breath work. Breath work aims to, pranayama, expansion of breath. There is also another definition, control of breath, but pranayama is expansion of breath. So that when you inhale, you not only inhale oxygen, you are able to take in more prana and restore the pranic balance in your body. And asanas, the yogic postures, they help to correct the posture. For example, when you do like double angle pose or like fish pose, Supta Vajrasana, you basically help to open the chest, correct the hunchback, the curved shoulder. So the pranayama helps to restore the pranic balance in your body. Asanas helps to, they help to open the chest and then strengthen your back, the spine. And we also have meditations, yoga nidra, deep relaxation practices, mantra chanting. They all help to rebalance your nervous system. And we also have cleansing practices like Neti Kriya, which helps to cleanse your nasal passages. Because sometimes, we'll talk about the triggers like, the pollens. When they enter your nose, Then you'll start sneezing, and for asthmatics, the spasms begin to happen inside the airways in the lungs, which leads to an asthma attack. So we can cleanse the pollen that is stuck inside your nose, because that will keep on, the allergic symptoms. It will keep on increasing the allergic symptoms. So one of the basic allergy symptom is like the runny nose. Some people cough, like runny nose, watery eyes, so on. In asthmatic, it leads to an asthma attack, wheezing. So if you cleanse, like if you accidentally get exposed, you walked out and then there was a wind and there was pollen in the air, you inhaled pollen and then you started sneezing. Immediately, if you do Neti Kriya, that is cleansing the nostrils with a, there is a separate equipment for that, to wash the nostrils for the Neti. And if you do that, you can prevent an attack. And that also helps to balance the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. It induces a state of calmness, thus preventing an asthma attack. So I talked about asanas, how it can help, pranayama, cleansing techniques, meditations and yoga nidra to induce calm and peaceful mind, to bring harmony to your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Now let's talk about some of the triggers, or what is the root cause. Root cause is basically an interaction of the genetic factors with the environmental factors. If your parents have, any one parent has asthma, it is likely that you're predisposed to inherit the condition. And the second thing is environmental factors. It can be outdoor pollen, indoor pollen, your pet dander, pollution, irritants, your stress, your emotions, hormonal changes, especially in women, exercise. So many things can trigger. But there are practices that you can do immediately to avert an asthma attack. If you know that you're going to have an asthma attack, if you do some of the immediate practices, because sometimes asthma attack can last like a week, in the sense, you have like an attack and then mucus, there's a lot of mucus because of exposure to triggers, and then you become weak, and then the cycle depends on the people, of course. For some people 2 days, some people like a week, some people 2 weeks. So but if you do strengthen your airways, your lungs, your back, your nervous system, balance the nervous system, you can reduce the duration of the attack, and you can also avert attacks if you become aware that an attack is going to come, and then do the necessary things, the necessary practices to avert the attack into a full-blown attack. And another beautiful thing is, you become more and more aware. When you do all these practices, your awareness increases. So you will also understand the pattern. It could be your mental patterns, because for some people, when they are very angry or sad also, or when they become anxious, when they are fearful also, an attack can get triggered. You'll become more aware of your own internal states that's leading to an attack. And you can conquer that by doing meditations and becoming aware of your own mental patterns. You can slowly avert, embrace your shadow, and avert your future attacks. So these are all the different techniques that can be used to manage your asthma symptoms and to prevent future attacks. If you want, you can take up my 21-day challenge for asthmatics and see if it can help you. Yoga can upregulate your genetics, because when your nervous system is balanced, when you become aware, and if you're determined, and if you're willing to spend time. So because why I'm saying this is sometimes you'll simply say, oh, my father had it, so I'm having it. You just accept it as if it is, normal. Because epigenetics, I think there is a lot of research on epigenetics nowadays. And you have control of your health at any time if you are determined. If you believe that you can get better and take the right steps, whatever it may be, you can definitely help yourself heal. Thank you for watching. If you know anyone who's struggling with asthma or allergies, please do not forget to share with them and subscribe to this channel if you like this content. I'll be talking about more chronic conditions and how yoga can help. I offer yoga therapy sessions, and check my main channel description to know more about the details. Thank you for joining. See you soon.